So last time we discussed about the VPC pairing, and today we are going to talk about the Cloud NAT. So netting is a basic concept which has been used to ensure that the IPv4 it could be used in the intra-LAN network, and then that particular network can be routed to the outside world. So that should not be a challenge of IPv4 getting exhausted. So this concept has been utilized throughout the industry. At present, we create the machine and we assign them a public IP, and then we log into that public IP to access. There are the situation when the environment need not to have the public access. It has to be in a LAN, and but it still need to communicate to the outside world to download the packages, security packages, and a lot of other features. So in this example, we are just going to demonstrate Cloud NAT and the netting feature. So first we'll spin up the compute. We'll create the compute. So named as Siv1, and while configuring we'll specify the network configuration, and in network we'll specify subnet VPC 01, which was put in last video, and we'll not provide any external IP. So it's not going to be assigning any external IP. It will be assigning only internal IP which belongs to the subnet range 10.0.1.0. So it will not able to communicate to the outside world on the external IP. So let's create. So as of now, you can observe that there is no external IP has been assigned, and this server has only one internal IP 10.0.1.5 which belongs to that particular subnet. Now if I log in and if I have to update the packages of this machine, then it need to communicate to the external world because repository has been targeting to the outside world. So if I log into sudo su to the root, and if I see the repository, each of them is pointing to the outside world. Therefore, if I try to do apt-get update, you will observe that it will not able to communicate. So let it go for a few seconds. So now we can see there's a failure to fetch the packages from this particular repository, which is pointing towards the external world to the Cloud Google repository. Now, to address this issue, what we'll do, we'll create the netting. I don't want to assign the public IP to the host, and instead of that cloud netting, fetch the packages from the internet. To have the netting configured, first reserve the public IP. So I'll try to reserve an external IP, external static IP, which will be used for Cloud NAT. (01). I'm going to create in the region US Central. This public IP has been created. Now I'll go and create the cloud router 01 in sub VPC 01 US Center 1 because I create the public IP in this US Center 1, and on this particular router we bind that public IP using Cloud NAT. So this router has been created on VPC 01. Now I'll click on Cloud Network Services, and now I have to create the cloud netting. So I'll create a cloud NAT 01 cloud NAT gateway 01. It is going to have a public type network. I'm going to have a VPC 01, going to be a center 1, the router which I have created, router 01, and now on this router I'll bind that IP, the manual IP which we have created. This is 3467.166.201. So this is a rule. So I'm going with the default configuration. Now if I validate the connection, now if I try to update this one, you'll observe that it is trying to connect and fetch the packages. There is no problem in fetching the packages, and it is up to date. So this is how the netting is done. Thank you.